Welcome. Look, if you're a high-level executive just running on fumes right now, constantly chasing the next metric, the next promotion, or just waiting for that nod of board approval, you are absolutely not alone. Trust me, I know exactly how that feels. I've been there. Drowning in performance pressure, dealing with that quiet social anxiety, totally convinced I had to perfectly manage everyone's perception of me just to survive in the corporate world. It's exhausting, right? Well, today, we're unpacking an unexpected survival guide for modern burnout, and it comes straight from a 16th century philosopher, Michel de Montaigne.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to really think about this for a second. What if everything you've ever been taught about caring too much is actually the very thing holding you back? Think about your entire career. We spend our lives trying to fit into this rigid mold, right? Striving for approval, shaping ourselves to meet expectations that, honestly, aren't even our own. We kind of trick ourselves into thinking that micromanaging our image is keeping us at the top. But Montaigne, he suggests it might be the exact thing dragging you down. We're conditioned to believe that caring immensely about what others think is the key to success. But what if it's actually the barrier keeping us from true confidence?
So we end up stuck in what I call the executive burnout trap. We seek constant external validation. We secretly fear judgment and rejection the second those boardroom doors close. We hold on to this exhausting, unrelenting need to prove our worth in literally every single meeting, overanalyzing every email, every presentation, every little action. It's such a frustrating, stressful cycle. I used to literally sweat before presentations because my entire self-worth was tied up in how the exec team perceived me. I was terrified of being found out or judged. But the truth? It's a complete illusion of control. And honestly, it's the fast track to absolute crushing burnout. So how do we fix it? We step out of the anxiety of the modern boardroom and into the brilliant mind of Michel de Montaigne. This is a guy who literally quit the 16th century French rat race, trading in the high-status ruffled collars to lock himself in a castle tower just to figure out how to stop overthinking. He explored this fascinating paradox that serves as the perfect antidote to our modern performance pressure, the incredible power of simply letting go.
Now, as high achievers, there's a massive disconnect here. We're absolutely terrified that not caring equals apathy. We think it means laziness, giving up, or dropping the ball on our responsibilities. But Montaigne's reality is completely different. Not caring actually means freeing yourself from the constant need for approval. It's about living on your own terms and actually finding some mental peace. It doesn't mean you stop doing excellent work. It just means you stop destroying your mental health obsessing over what people think of that work.
Let's completely redefine this term for the high achiever. Detachment isn't a form of escape. Actually, scratch that. It's more like shifting your focus to what truly matters. It's freeing yourself from the weight of all those unnecessary burdens. For me, figuring this out meant I could finally walk into a high-stakes negotiation and just be present. It completely eliminated that deafening noise of self-doubt and social anxiety. It's a highly strategic mental tool. And that brings us to how releasing resistance actually aligns you with success. This is the core paradox of our explainer today. Montaigne argued that the less you care about proving yourself to everyone around you, the more powerful and naturally successful you actually become. Let's walk through 3 critical, actionable mental shifts. 1. Stop seeking perfection and instead embrace your flaws. 2. Stop needing external validation so you can start living for yourself. And 3. Stop trying to control everything and just let life unfold. When you make these changes, you stop resisting reality. You stop forcing your career into this rigid, predetermined little box. And when you do that, you open up immense mental bandwidth. You create the exact space necessary for unexpected opportunities to arise, effortlessly. Montaigne leaves us with this incredibly grounding observation. The world will never fully understand you, and that is perfectly okay. I mean, let that sink in for a moment. Think about the thousands of hours, the boundless energy we waste in the corporate world trying to explain ourselves, trying to justify our choices or prove our worth to people who, honestly, may never truly see us anyway. Accepting this truth, it's incredibly liberating. You literally get your energy back.
We're pivoting now to talk about a classic business obsession, the illusion of absolute control and rigid planning. Montaigne noticed that human beings are just naturally anxious. We try to forecast human nature the exact same way we try to forecast Q3 earnings. And by trying to micromanage the entire universe, we essentially become prisoners of our own minds. So the crucial point is that the reality of control is pretty stark. No amount of control can eliminate uncertainty.
No amount of planning can prevent the unexpected, and no amount of worrying is ever going to change reality. Life is just inherently unpredictable. Fighting against this, forcing outcomes, it only drains our energy and massively adds to our daily suffering.
Think about it. When you resist life, you obsess over problems. You try to force outcomes while living in this constant, gripping fear of failure. That was my baseline for years, and let me tell you, it is an absolute recipe for deep professional anxiety. But when you learn to flow with life, you surrender to the unknown. You accept mistakes as necessary steps, and you find solutions naturally. Have you ever noticed that the moment you finally stop agonizing over a massive business problem, a solution just pops into your head? That's because you've stopped resisting reality. You got out of your own way. Now, this philosophy doesn't just change how you feel on the inside. It drastically alters your professional networking, your relationships, and your genuine leadership charisma. It's the magnetism of letting go. Let's contrast two very different approaches to business relationships. First, look at the anxious networker. They're desperate for attention, suffocating others with demands, and ironically, they ultimately receive the least respect. Now look at the detached leader. They lead with inner stability and calm confidence. They allow others to just be themselves, and as a result, they naturally draw people in. When you drop the social anxiety and let self-acceptance take over, you become infinitely more magnetic and respected. Think about the historical arc of almost every great leader, thinker, or artist Montaigne observed. On day one, they face failure, rejection, and misunderstanding. But by month one, they're moving forward, completely unbothered by the opinions of the crowd. And by year one, they are achieving authentic success by focusing inward. True success isn't found in external validation. It's found in living authentically, taking bold risks, and continuing to move forward even when the crowd isn't applauding you right away. As we start to wrap up, I want us to really slow down the pace here. Let's reflect on this transition from corporate anxiety to true, unshakable inner freedom.
This all builds into a highly actionable practice for cultivating stability. Step 1, stop trying to control people and their opinions. Step 2, stop fearing loneliness and become comfortable with yourself. And step 3, stop measuring your worth by external standards. You know, if you're constantly seeking validation, it really just means you haven't fully accepted yourself yet. Cultivating inner stability means you no longer need your boss, your peers, or your industry to act a certain way for you to feel secure.
Consider this beautifully profound thought. What you hold on to too tightly often slips away, but what you release often comes back to you in greater ways than you imagined. Life and your career isn't meant to be an endless struggle to conquer, micromanage, and stress over every little detail. It's a dance with uncertainty. Some of the most beautiful things in your career, the inspiration, the creativity, the genuine success, they literally cannot be forced. They come when you stop chasing them and finally create the space for them to appear.
Which brings us to our final thought to leave you with today. What would happen if you simply trusted that things will fall into place? What unnecessary weight, what fear of judgment could you drop right now? Because the profound truth of Montaigne's philosophy is this: the moment you stop caring about the wrong things, the right things finally find their way to you.